What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the best, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void, of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be great, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. So, Cancer, the moon is going to be going void of course today. Actually, she went void of course pretty early, depending on when you're catching this. She went void of course at about 4:16 in the morning, and that's going to be Central Time. And then she moved from Libra into Scorpio at about 9:31. So we're looking at about a 5-hour, 15-minute void of course time there, Cancer. And with the void of course, this is especially, Cancer, with us getting closer and closer with the eclipse is tomorrow. So this is a great time to do some real soul searching, some introspective work, some meditation, anything along those lines. Just do a real deep dive, Cancer. And you may also notice during this void of course time that your plans may be less or may be subject to unexpected changes, and that people are also maybe less likely to make decisions during this time. So just something to be aware of, Cancer, when we're in the void of course time. But with the moon being in Scorpio, I mean, really what great energy because Scorpio energy, it's a very powerful energy. You know, their energy lies, part of it is like dealing with like occult things and secrecy. So this is stuff where we have any sort of like buried things, Cancer, are really great because they're very spiritual sign, you know, being a water sign, very intuitive. You know, this is a great time to really get in touch with your spirituality, really ask those questions of yourselves, because Scorpio it's a weird placement for the moon, just because the moon, technically, the energy starts to fall there. But it's just because it's like Scorpio wants to do like a deep dive of all the emotions, and the moon's just like, ooh, let's wait a minute. So, but really, Cancer, you're going to be able to tap into really kind of the depths of you. So work with this Scorpio energy, and it may feel a little bit much at first, but you gotta, once you get kind of settled in, it really is meant to be a cathartic energy. You know, without Scorpio energy, you know, things would stay stagnant. You know, there would be no change. So, and you know what? That's perfect. Coupling that with the waxing gibbous. You know, if we've noticed, you know, that this is about clarifying our directions and our intentions, and if we notice that there are any adjustments, observations that we've made that might need some refinement or anything, work with these energies, Cancer. You know, let's start thinking about some of the stuff that we can start letting go, or that we've been working on, and, you know, really solidifying whatever the self-improvement is, you know, during this cycle. Let's go into this full moon eclipse energy strong and keep that going, because the eclipse energy will last at least up to the next eclipses. So yeah, just be really asking yourself these kind of deep questions. You know, Scorpio is not about surface level anything. And I mean, neither are we, Cancer. I mean, we're basically the ocean. So something to think about. And then lastly, or last couple things, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested in Cancer. And I dig it, because you got the 5th card of Pisces here, which is the spilled milk card. And with the spilled milk card, this is a card of regrets. Accidents happen. Don't sweat the small stuff, mistakes, leave it in the past. It's over, cannot be changed. Disappointed, cleanup time, let it go, and minor problems. And Cancer, This is like similar to like that, like, well, not like a little bit. When we think about like regrets and mistakes and disappointments, anything along those lines, don't hold on to that. Try not to hold on to that stuff, Cancer. Let that stuff bring you down. Those mistakes, the spilled milk, they're meant to help you. They're meant to help you grow and help you see, like, okay, things have gone down, whatever, situation, whether we're thinking about a past stuff or some spilled milk happens in the future, Cancer, because Cancer milk's always spilling. But the thing with these situations is just to show us how we can deliver, how we can adapt to these changes, because after it's happened, there's nothing that we can do. It's just like if you were to to drop a glass, there's glass and milk all over the place. We can sit there and panic, freeze, whatever that is, or we can get to action and just be like, yeah, accidents do happen. And I know, Cancer, apply this to your situation. And that's not to say that even with thinking with this don't sweat the small stuff, there might have been, maybe instead of a cup of milk, maybe your situation's like a gallon of milk. But think about it from this perspective, Cancer. It may seem like a lofty problem. That's because you're about to get some big growth from this. You're about to really go. And this is something too, Cancer. I feel like that let's say if we get in a situation, don't feel afraid to ask for help, and just like to say like, hey, I, kind of screwed up a little bit or something happened, and acknowledge it, keep it moving. But just, don't let it to get to where it like defines you, where it like holds you back, or, let's leave it in the past. The Scorpio energy, it's about leaving any sort of like regrets, any sort of like areas that we may have felt weak in, anything along those lines, and to grow from this, to transform. That's Scorpio 101. But let's see how we can work with this energy, Cancer. Let's see what we got here. Love it. More cups. And look at what cup came to replace this spilled milk, Cancer. Ace of Cups. And that's what we're talking about. Because here's the thing. Whenever these situations happen, it's not to, try not to get into this place of where, because I feel like it's either the response is either fight, flight, or freeze, when situations like this happen. And we just want to, when this stuff happens, Cancer, be present in this situation. Because when I think of the Ace of Cups, usually there are these like five, like, what do I want to call those? Like water, not spouts, but water streams, there we go, that are coming out of this cup. And they represent the five senses. And when you're in tune with your senses, like all, just really taking in everything that's going down in that moment, it helps you just to like, okay, this is happening. Yeah, I'm feeling some kind of way. How can I take that action or these feelings and drive that to alleviate this situation? Because Cancer, if we get caught up, if we let spilled milk, regrets, things get you caught up, it's going to affect your flow over time. When more spilled milk happens, it'll just keep getting us frazzled if we don't learn from these situations. So don't let this stuff deter you. Really be as present as possible when this stuff goes down, and figure out what can we do in this moment right now. That's all that matters, is what's happening right now, because that's going to paint how this milk spills in the future. If we leave it, it's just going to keep spreading. If we ignore it, it's just going to keep going. But we can take this, Cancer, and make a new cup and move on from this and grow from this and learn, in what ways did this accident, whatever here, did it fill up our cups? Because you definitely, believe it or not, even in these situations here, it may not be apparent in that moment, but you're leveling up as this thing it keeps moving. And you know how I like to talk about this, Cancer? Just another part of our cycle. It's once this thing has happened, it's over. What do we do next? And then Chariot. Keep it moving. Let's get some more on that, Cancer. Absolutely. Page of Coins. Hold on, we're going to get some, because I like that. All right, Cancer. We got a little abundant pocket here. I love it. What are we looking at? Okay, we got a couple pages here. We got Page of Coins, Page of Cups here. And then we have the Seven of Swords, the Hermit, and the Justice card. And so let's start with these pages here, Cancer, because I feel like with these, when these situations happen, this is a new opportunity that's rising, you know, and whatever this is. Let's say, for example, we got laid off from a job. Well, the nice thing is you can either, maybe this gives you a chance to start up your own side hustle that you've been wanting to do for a while. Maybe fill up your own cups. Or this gives you a chance to maybe see what else is out there, you know, expand, you know, like maybe we wanted to move, but we've been locked down by a job. Well, perfect, you know, but either way, this is an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for you to, I love Seven of Swords, to acquire some skills, to really kind of go hermit, to when we talk about that hermit energy, going within, you know, really learning what tools you have at your disposal to deal with this thing. And then let's start putting this stuff into, let's start putting some action into this, because the Justice card, this is a card of cause and effect. We're trying to find balance. If something has got you thrown off balance here, you know, you could be there, your problem could be a bear size, Cancer, you know, but we might just need to get a few more raccoons to balance this thing out. And stick with me on this metaphor here, but spilled milk is, I feel like the biggest one I feel like is the Justice card. It's like, what do we do next? You know, this has happened. What are we going to do from here? What's the effect of that? Are you going to let this thing drive you? Or are you going to let this thing, you know, stall you? What does that mean? And Cancer, even if this does feel insurmountable at this time, you know, I understand that. You know, take a moment, pause, but don't try not to run from this thing, or like tell yourself that you can't get over this, or that you won't be able to you know, get past this thing. It's just like, I feel like really it's like how this bird has kind of turned its back to the problem, more so along the lines of like, we've learned what we can, now we take it forward, we fly on to new horizons, see what else we can do with this thing, how else we can grow from this. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. That was a little aggressive little pocket there, but all right, Cancer. Let's get let's see what are going to be some challenges with this spilled milk, other than, you know, a mess. Maybe some paper towels that might need to. Hold on, let's see what we got. Okay. Love it. Ace of Coins. Ooh, the High Priestess, the World. Look at this, Cancer. Major Arcana and Queen of Coins. Let me tell you about the Queen of Coins, because I love that she popped up during spilled milk, because the Queen of Coins, you know what she smells? Abundance. Opportunities, yes. A cycle has closed out, and she's getting ready to journey into the unknown. We're about to learn something about ourselves, Cancer. We're about to learn how we can rise up through this thing, how we can navigate through this situation. But the tricky thing, Cancer, is finding the Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Coins in this stuff. Because in the Ace of Coins deals, it's not just your finances. You know, this could show you how, because the Queen of Coins is resourceful. Coins in general deal with your material resources, your health, your manifestation, and obviously your finances. But this situation can show that what kind of mental strength that you can acquire from this. You know, when you get in this place of like, oh, how did this happen? Well, you know what? Push through. You know, we can manage this stuff. You'd be surprised just when thinking with the High Priestess, how much you can learn about yourself. You know, this could show like, when you're in a pinch, you know, do we call on some people for some help? You know, what do we do? But I really feel like, Cancer, when these situations go down, your perspective is going to be key, because the Queen of Coins, she's a Capricorn with a Sagittarius moon. And I say that to bring up Capricorn are going to, they're the opposite sign of us. Even when things go south, they're going to, if it's going to help them grow and they need to get through this, they're going to persevere. They're going to power through because they know at the end of this, there's going to be a lesson from this. And there's going to be more opportunities to create different things, Cancer. But it's trusting that you got this and being able to learn, to be able to go in within yourself and know that, because I mean, our ruler's out, to know that you can get this thing, that you can, Saturn, the world card, that this situation is not trying to restrict you. You know, it really is trying to help you grow, to get you to come into the highest vibration, you know, vibration of yourself, Cancer, you know, really. So just, and you know, like how I like to talk about the High Priestess, you know, it's nothing but we go through cycles, Cancer, and it's going to it's going to strengthen you over time. And I feel like you're going to be really impressed when you do get through this, because you've gotten through it before, Cancer, and you will do it again. So just keep that in mind. Don't think that this stuff is like that is going to keep you knocked down, or that we can't turn milk into milkshakes, you know, just like how we turn lemons into lemonade. But look at that, might have to get a little fancier, but we can absolutely do it. So keep that in mind. Alrighty, let's get some advice from Mars and Pluto. Interesting. All right, Cancer. All right, Cancer, last little bit here. So we got 5 of Wands. Interesting. We got 10 of Swords. All right, we got Queen of Wands. I'm with it. And then we got 3 of Coins. Now let's switch back over here, Cancer. Because with this energy, let's talk about, first want to talk about this 5 of Wands here and this 10 of Swords. Because we might be, you know, something right now, Cancer, what might be going down, you might be feeling like it feels like a forest fire. You know, you might be feeling like that it's just like, what do I do with all of that? And it can, whatever this is, you know, because 10 of Swords can be pretty intense energy, as far as like, you can feel like that you're at rock bottom, that you'll never get through this, that you're just like at the lowest of the low. But the lovely thing I do like about the 10 of Swords is, you know, you get to that point, all we can do is rise up. We can only go up from here. And it's not something that you need to rush, Cancer. You know, this is something like you'll get this situation figured out at your pace, but just don't let that destroy your drive. You know, the Queen of Wands, she's another one. Opportunities like this gives her a chance to think on her feet, you know, especially with, you know, if she sets out for a plan and, you know, because she knows things are going to happen. It's just inevitable. Life throws you curveballs. It's just with this 3 of Coins, it's how we work with that. You know, what can we do with this energy? Okay, you gave us milk like we did. Let's make a milkshake shop. Let's make, maybe let's, I don't know, what else can you make with milk, Cancer? But let's do some things. Let's get those gears turning and see what we can do with that, because this is, the 3 of Coins. This is Mars and Capricorn. And I only bring that up just because like that's a strong placement. When you get that focus and get things done, man, it will, abundance. I mean, come on, you got, where'd all your aces go? There's a chance for you to, now that you got all this clear space, to plant some new seeds, you know, to see some new opportunities for growth here. So, all right, I think I'm gonna leave that there. Hopefully that made sense, but yeah, because really, Cancer, I get it. You know, these type of situations, this is almost like a tower moment, this is like a baby tower. Well, you know, depending on the situation. But tower moments, really, Mars is there to push us, to show us that we can push, that we can rise above, that we can Queen of Wands, Queen of Coins all day. We just got to again, be present and really trust your intuition. See where those energies are trying to guide you. You'll navigate through this thing, Cancer, because you have before, and you will again. And again, what's the Three of Coins? If this feels like it's bigger than you, Cancer, that does become something real, a bit much. Don't be afraid. Hit up some homies. You see these raccoons here? They needed to get up to this tree. Look at that, your raccoons moved. I love how you're working together here. We were here with the bear, and now we're trying to get some apples, so. All right, kids, I am going to leave that there. But give it a thumbs up, Cancer. Let's get this, let's show Cancers that they can rise above, because you can. You can, and you have, and you'll do it again. And if you know someone who might be in a little spilt milk thing, share this with them. Let them know, like, hey, okay, that's happened. That's the end of it. Now let's journey into, let's see what new opportunities are coming from it. Let's see what growth is about to happen, because growth always happens from these situations, Cancer. And then what else are we doing? Oh, when you're done, subscribe. Once you clean up the mess a little bit, subscribe, hit that bell button, get notified when I have these videos each day. And then I'm on this meditation app. I'm on Facebook and Instagram too. I really don't do much with them at the moment. I'll eventually do something with the Cancer. Nature my problem, but I started a group on there called Zodiacs, on the meditation app, Insight Timer. And I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. It's just a place for positive affirmations when we get through this stuff here, letting things go, sharing in these experiences, and how we got through this stuff. Anything to raise the vibration, Cancer. And then as the group grows, definitely want to do, High Priestess and I, we've been in a few other court cards. We're getting some stuff all cooked up in Major Arcana cards, just cooking up some things. So come on over to that. It's all in the description box. And then last little bit. If you check your sun, your moon, your rising, find out what strengths you have to tackle this situation, Cancer. And then come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos there with different monthly things, with different themes. It's a whole bunch that I got going on over there, Cancer. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here. So I can get you out of here, Cancer. Because look, here's another ace for you, you ace. You got the Ace of Swords here. And I really like that because, and let me get your oracle card. Because with the Ace of Swords, this is that understanding of what these situations are really meant to do. I almost feel like these situations really kind of test us. I'm going to start shuffling here in a second, Cancer, but I really feel like these situations, they really can test our confidence, whether our instincts, whether we really do have the know-how or the instincts or that internal guidance to navigate these systems. But the Ace of Swords is saying you absolutely do. It's just we have to look for that. You have to look for the nuggets sometimes, Cancer. It's like all the opportunities for growth aren't just like, sometimes, they're not just put in our lap. We have to, I like that. We have to kind of search for the gold in this mess. You know what I mean? Because even when you think about this, let's say for example, you get what I'm saying, Cancer, but, well, at least I hope so. But then with your oracle card, you got the Dandelion card, and I like that. It's ruled by Chiron and by Jupiter. And this is the Wounded Healer. And I like this. I personally, sidebar, I personally work with Dandelion. This is not medical advice, Cancer, but if you ever wanted to do like a multivitamin type of tea, nettles are a good thing, but I do like a nettle, dandelion. Those are like my big vitamin ones, and then there's a few other things in there, just a little sidebar. But with this Wounded Healer, Cancer, this is a great example of what happens when you rise above, because yeah, this sucked in that moment. But when you think about Chiron and Jupiter, when you focus on that healing, Chiron is little astrology lesson, Cancer, if you're not familiar. Chiron is considered one of the major asteroids, and where's the orbit? The orbit's between, like, I want to say Saturn and Uranus. I want to say that's where the orbit is, but Chiron represents like past wound healings, you know, like really kind of like old kind of wounds. It's an interesting placement when you look into your chart. Funny enough, my Chiron's in Cancer my Chiron's in Cancer on in the 12th house. But when you do this healing, Cancer, and heal from this stuff, learn to let these things go. There's abundance, Jupiter. That's where the Jupiter aspect is coming into. And we can learn from these situations here that are meant to make us stronger. Really, that's such a fantastic ending. And you'll realize this, Cancer, with this Ace of Swords. And when you do, man, abundance, just a clear understanding of who you are, and just like all types of things I feel like really will unlock in you, Cancer. But, you know, if this does, you know, if we do find it that it gets too much, you know, take up time, just kind of reflect on these things, you know, be with this energy, heal, you know, if this, you know, however this might have affected you physically, mentally, spiritually, definitely take that time, do that healing, but don't let this keep you down or think that you can't get through this, okay, Cancer? So I think I'm going to leave that there. I like that. Nice little ending there. So you stay safe out there, Cancer, with all this milk spilling and whatnot. And really, don't sweat it, Cancer, because you totally got this. And keep eyes on the moon, because, I mean, the moon's always got your back here, Cancer. You know, she's always trying to set us up for success and to rise above this stuff. You know, it's all a matter of experience, Cancer. You know, you're gonna get wise through this, absolutely. And I will catch you on the next one. Oh, for that eclipse tomorrow.